Well, this is the thing. I've been listening to all of you. I think there is two different, let's say, two different perspectives, two different situations here. There is professional football, and there is the formation of the young players. You have to. There was one time, I think 5 or 6 years ago, where you thought that every youth team should behave like the first team, the ideas of the first team coach. And fortunately for the development of youth football players, this has finished, because it was not the solution. Why? Because the coaches now, they can last a maximum of 2 years in a club, or 3 years. Okay, there are always the exceptions, but we are looking at a maximum of 3 year span in a club. And in the formation of young players, you could not be subject to these changes that were happening in the top. So you know, we see that, for example, in Bayern, you go from Pep Guardiola to Ancelotti. With me, for example, Chelsea went from Ancelotti to myself, Manchester City from Pellegrini to Guardiola. So you can see that the clubs they don't know what they are looking for in terms of a coach, in terms of a methodology. They go from opposite to opposite. So it is good that in the formation of the young player, we have gone in a different direction, which is to give the freedom for the club to organize itself in the formation of the young player. The problem is, I think, is that apart from the exceptions, and I'm going to just name a few, but of course there are great projects in youth football, but I'm going to name this, and I apologize if I don't name any more. Apart from, let's say, Bilbao, Ajax, and Barcelona, where there is a clear vision of what you want to achieve in terms of youth football, the clubs at the top, they don't know what is their vision, and some academies don't have a vision for their club. And this is the problem, and I think it has a direct impact and direct influence on everything else, because only when you have a vision, only when you know which way you are going, which way you want to play, you are able to give direction to all of the rest of the other things, which is the communication, the individual communication, the group communication, the way you handle the players, what you request from the players. And in my opinion, this is the actual problem of football in this moment, is that, you know, even the people at the top are changing. You know, the Chinese are buying Italian clubs, the Americans are buying English clubs or Italian clubs. So the top is changing permanently, and there is no stability. So this is one thing that is extremely good for Aspire, which was, in some way, there has been a vision, which was a long-term vision of 20 years, that has been there set up for 2022. And I hope that following on from that, of course, and a mix of so many different people, and to make these people articulate in a way, it's only possible when you have a vision. Because all of us, you know, we share different ideas of how you develop youth football players. There are, you know, because of different cultures, there are people who are more aggressive in preparation in the technical side, others in the tactical side, others in the physical side. And I think the main difference, the main key here is that if there is no vision, nobody can influence any young player or any player.